was a type of lasagna. Craig Charles.
Now, in my day, there were 3 things a fella needed in order to shave. A razor, some shaving foam, and enough loo rolls to bandage the whole of the wounded at the Somme. But nowadays, it's all performance toiletries, like, for all I know, a jet-propelled toothbrush and a 200 wipes per minute toilet roll. Sounds nasty. But there is one bit of progress I am bang up to date with, and that's robots. And here, our robotic innovations are going to do battle for a place in our series semi-finals. Phillipa's with them. She's in the pits.
Yes, come with me on a tour of big wedge shapes, because that's what we've got in the pits for you now. First one, this is a missile with a front-pushing device. It's a very good robot, isn't it, lads? It's going to do very well, isn't it, lads? This is Shrapnel, the weaponry here. Rotating, piercing, painful, nasty. The team, gone for coffee and eats. I don't know where they are. Anoraknophobia, I always say it wrong, but it has this fantastic chainmail which is constantly moving, so it would injure any robot that happened to be in the way. This is the big cheese. Its eyes light up, that's all that's any good, isn't it? Nothing else any good about this robot. Its eyes light up, so what? We're impressed with seeing eyes lighting up before. Seriously, it's a demonic robot. Watch out for that one. Meet Sonic, say hello to the team. Hello. Hi. Working hard with their power drills. This is Chaos 2. You may remember Chaos 1 from the last war. This time, more lift, more thrust, better. Yeah. Better than Cassius last year, they reckon. So, got a lot of living up to do. A robot built in 2.5 weeks. This is Hammertron, yes? But you don't think it suffers from just taking 2.5 weeks to build? No. I'm slightly concerned because there seems to be plenty of room in there for your shopping. Shouldn't that be filled with gubbins? I think it should. And this is one of my favourites. Look. What's it called? How do you call it?
Crocodilotron.
Crocodilotron. It has a mouth which opens its shuts. Look at those gnashers in there, Johnathan. They're going to do severe damage.
I'll put my teeth in, Phillipa, and we're away with the battle board. Anoraknophobia, sleek, black and hungry against Missile, Big Cheese, aye, course of flutter with Phillipa against Shrapnel, Chaos 2 against Crocodilotron, Fancy, Flamboyant and Fun, Sonic the Silver Wedge against Hammertron. Room for Phillipa's shopping? Was there enough room in the calendar to get this one right in time?
The bell now tolls for our robots, and it won't be the only thing that's doing the clanging as we let the wars begin.
From Oxon, Anoraknophobia.
The 5 motors can generate 20 miles an hour power for the 2 chainsaws and hammer 2. The body shell is made of aluminium with 2 fiberglass moulded pods. It costs $3,000 to build over 2 months.
This is our robot, Anoraknophobia. I'm the team captain, David Kingsbury. This is my dad, Miles, and my best friend, Johnathan Metcalf.
I'm in charge of the weapon and David's in charge of driving. Our main weapon is this lethal axe type thing which goes at 4 beats a second, and our secondary weapons are these chainsaw chains which are designed to pull our opponents up on top of the robot and then you can flip it over with the axe.
From Wolverhampton in Staffordshire, Miss I.
3 generations of the Peter family weren't happy with the performance of Flirty Skirty in the last war, so they're back with this one. A lifting arm plough and scoop the weaponry, but the fiberglass body could be vulnerable.
Hi, I'm Richard, the team captain. This is my father, Albert, my grandfather, Victor, and this is Missile. She was initially designed around 4 Sinclair C5 motors to give it a lot of power and pace, and it also has a lift-in tail, which my dad's going to tell you about.
Yeah, to test the power in the lifting arm, we got my father to stand on the end, and it actually lifted him up without any trouble at all.
Roboteers, stand by.
Anoraknophobia, with David driving and Johnathan Metcalf on the weapons. And Missile, Richard Peter, 15 years of age, Albert Peter, his dad, and Victor Granda. Anoraknophobia, the quicker, not much in the weight here. Anoraknophobia certainly the more powerful in terms of weaponry with the 2 constant running chainsaw chains you can see there. Look at the boggle eyes though on Missile, they're great. Oh, and it's lost an eye, I think! Straight away, look at this, one of those eyes is gone! Blinded in the left eye! I'm quite sure what happened to it or where it went. Oh, it's lost another eye! Problems here for Missile. And the Peter family. Where to go next? Anoraknophobia, there comes the great pickaxe in the front as well. Look at that, in on the body of Missile. Now, I said the fiberglass might be vulnerable, but it's holding up for the moment. Again, the scoop you see underneath the attack of Anoraknophobia. They'll try and get, once again, that fast-moving hammer into action. And he's springing out of the body. Mainly comprised of aluminium there. Anoraknophobia, oh, and Missile dangerously close to the pit of oblivion. Turning away. The Peter family had flirty-skirty in the last wars. They were disappointed. Hang on, what's happened here to David Kingsbury? Dad's taken over the driving. Fancies himself as a bit of a Formula One racer, perhaps. Oh, and the burning on Anoraknophobia. Maybe blistering, but not causing too much damage at all. This is a tight one, isn't it? The damage sustained early on by Missile, losing the two eyes, but superficial. Evo, question here of strength. Oh, Missile's wedged right on the lip of the pit. In comes Matilda, and there's the coup de grace. Oh, and there's young David back at the controls for the winners. Anoraknophobia.
Anoraknophobia shows no fear and lives to fight another round. Let's hear it for Anoraknophobia.
Oh, what happened in there?
Just lost steam.
It's driven by steam, is it, this one? No wonder it didn't do very well in Robot Wars. Is your robot all right?
We don't know. We think so, yeah.
The robot was all right, he wasn't.
I was sick in the carriage.
You were what?
Sick.
You were sick in the carriage? Were you, sweetheart? You're feeling all right now?
Yeah.
Oh, no, why?
Well, it's just nerves and the shaking of the carriage as well.
Oh, bless your heart, it's not your fault.
Good, clean it up. Anoraknophobia through, though. Next up, the Big Cheese against Shrapnel.
From Somerset, Big Cheese.
And it is. It's one of the heaviest in its class. They've used guided missile and submarine components. The wheels come from go-karts, and the lifting arm and spike could mean it's all Gorgons over for opponents.
This is the Big Cheese, and I'm the team captain, Roger. This is Paul and John, my partners in crime for this outrageous venture. It's a very powerful robot. It's got a two-stroke petrol engine driving it, and only one weapon, which is this lifting arm, which also cuts and slices everything around. Will lift anything that it comes up against. And it's quite fast, very manoeuvrable, and very dangerous. The moment he's nice and peacefully asleep, but when you wake him up, he's very dangerous indeed.
From Devon, Shrapnel.
Very much lawnmower based. The weapon's modified cutting drums. At only 4 miles an hour, it's the second slowest in the heat, but there's zero ground clearance, which means it'll be difficult to flip over.
Hi, I'm Andrew. This is David and Alan, and we are the Shrapnel team. This is our robot Shrapnel. It weighs 79.4 kilos and it's on the very limit of the maximum weight for the heavyweight category. This is the main weapon, which was a lawnmower blade. It's been cut down and forms a staggered cutting action. Lights on the front, and inside is an angled steel chassis. There's 2 wheelchair motors to drive the robot, and also a wheelchair motor to drive the weapon itself.
Robot ears, stand by.
The Big Cheese, with Roger Plant, a mini sub-pilot, and Shrapnel,
3,
driven by Andrew Maddock, the 30-year-old.
1. Activate.
Big Cheese first to move. At £3,000 to build, it cost 10 times the amount in the design and construction of Shrapnel, edging away ponderously towards Sergeant Bash. Not a wise move. You can see there the cutting drums in the front, but you can also see the hydraulic lifting arm of the Big Cheese immediately coming into play. Pit, pit, pit. They want the end of Shrapnel very, very quickly. Lift it up. And it's going in the pit. And that will be the end of Shrapnel imminently. Slowly, ponderously it is. but inevitably, there she goes. The Big Cheese the winner, and it was ever so easy.
Cease. Uplifting stuff. Big Cheese takes Shrapnel out. Big Cheese goes through. Let's hear it for Big Cheese.
Come out. It was a disaster.
Yeah, total disaster. Straight in the pit. Well, not bad damage.
I think the problem was, really, that you were up against something quite spectacular, wasn't it?
Yeah, happens sometimes. Very good robot, so that's a win. Good luck in the future for him, you know. They could do the whole championship.
Oh, courteous in defeat.